Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay. Shalom, Big E. Jay, how are you, friend?
Pleased to be with you, Mike.
Yeah?
Pleased to be with you. Heading into a long holiday weekend.
I know, exciting, huh?
Yeah.
Boy, it doesn't feel very summery right now.
It does not.
The immediate moment. Hopefully this weekend will be nicer. I don't know. Have you guys heard anything? I
Not
haven't.
looked.
No, it's not supposed
Yeah.
to be good.
Oh, no.
I mean, I don't know if it's not warm. It's not terrible, but it's supposed to be raining on Sunday,
We'll
raining
have to
on
plow
Monday.
forward, gentlemen,
know.
despite
We will.
the weather.
Well, I'll give you guys an update later. I'll text at both of you. Once I get through the 6 o'clock news tonight and find
Yeah,
out
that's
what
a
the
good
weather's
point.
like, I'll let you guys know.
Sounds
and
good.
hopefully we can enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, my latest update was obviously last night at 11. I didn't wake up. for
Well,
the
let me know
whole-
what Bernie says about sports, too.
Yes.
'Cause I'll be waiting
Yes.
to see about, the Pistons draft coming up and so
Sure, sure. See what the Tigers did? I haven't heard yet, so I'll have to. Shit. We could probably get it at 5 o'clock.
Speaking of
5
local
o'clock news.
sports dudes, I'm coming down Franklin Road on my way here to the
Gross.
lovely Radio for One studios. I know.
I need to know
Traveling south toward the Franklin Cider Mill,
Sure.
the historic one itself, and they're starting to get their tents out and all that, kind of moving stuff out from the winter.
Yeah.
And I noticed a guy with a big fucking head sitting under a tent. I'm like, could that? Indeed, it is Mitch Albom himself,
Oh!
Really?
sitting under the
You saw a
tent,
big head.
doing some sort of interview or something. He's got his computer out, and I
Was
just
he
see a
talking
big
to someone,
fucking
or-
kazoo head? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's talking to someone.
Those fucking big ears.
Yeah, too
Yeah.
much hair.
The hair just looked perfect. Just
Yeah.
perfect. And
It's what you
black
call a
and jet
coif.
black.
Definitely
He's
a
got a
quaff.
coif, right? It's not a haircut or a hairstyle.
Quaff.
Coif. Do you think there's some?
Jet black still
Well,
crazy.
do you think there's some any sort of like Aquanet and blow dryer involved in that?
I think there's one of
coif?
those whole head dryers, that chicks sit under.
Yes. At the beauty salon.
I picture
You
it
got-
like disheveled when he wakes up and then he just sits under there and poof, there it is.
Do you think he wears the cap that those do? You know when you've got like 8 old birds
The
in a row
shower
sitting
cap
under
thing
those?
with
Yeah.
curlers under it and all that. Maybe. Look at the size of that heat.
Yeah, that's a hell of a heed. And those ears are troubling too. And he does his best to change the subject by growing those sides just long enough so that they cut off the spockness of the ear.
He wears it long, Mike.
Yeah, he does, and he always has.
Look at this nice photo. Just a young hip
Just
artist.
a young guy out working hard.
That's right.
Out on the beat, doing my thing.
Roll up my sleeves.
Anyway, it's already been an interesting day for me, John.
What happened, Mike? You've
Well-
got the baby.
I do have a baby here, and boy, man, I'm so glad I don't have a fucking kid. Dude, it's amazing when you get something that's on a schedule.
Something you're responsible for.
Yes, that's exactly it. I feel like that because usually, like if Beth says, "Hey, can you let Izzy out this afternoon?" and it's like, "Yeah, I'll go over there, after the show or something and do that." And if I'm not there at noon when she wants, if I get there at 1:30, whatever, the dog's gonna be fine.
That's creative.
But with this puppy who just barely has its eyes open now.
She's relying on you.
Dude, she can't. It's like you have to feed her every 2.5 or 3 hours or something, and it's like
Or she'll whimper.
Here I am going and getting her, and like I'm heating up the water thing so I can make the milk warmer, and then I'm getting my towels and my pee pad ready and my cotton balls so I can dab her butthole to see if she has to poops, and all this. And it's like, what am I doing? Where am I?
Yeah, you're getting a little glimpse into fatherhood, Mike.
Yeah, got his little. He got a little finger blow job today. Didn't you?
know,
I mean-
can we get off this?
I
This
made
whole
him wash
idea
his
that
hands.
A puppy is giving you a blowjob, a finger blowjob. And moreover, I mean, am I mistaken that a blowjob actually isn't a suckling motion, gentlemen?
Look, I think you're putting way too much stock into what I said. All I was saying was, if you've got a
No, you went
girl,
into great lengths to describe this as like the perfect blowjob.
well, I just said the motion of it, the feel of it. It was like the thing doesn't have teeth yet, so it's not capable of hurting you, and so
But
it's just the way it's.
sucking. It's
Yeah.
sucking on your finger.
Yeah, it's
Man, I
kind
know
of cool.
people like to say that, suck my dick. It's actually not like a suck.
Well, sometimes it can be.
It's more of a motion, gentlemen.
You any good woman will tell you you tongue up from the base up the left side of the shaft, circle the helmet, and then down the right side. That's how you do it. And then you start at the base top
Point
side
is,
base.
we're not drinking a milkshake here.
And then you get your way to the helmet, and that's when you go deep and start the sucking motion for a little bit. And I agree, it's not constant. It's not a constant thing. It's just a baseline that this little guy could show ladies that are struggling. Like, I don't know what to do. We'll start here. You can't lose with this one. Feel that on your finger? Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you
So
feel.
I
E
think
got one of
Mike's
those.
right. I just don't think. I just don't know
You
how
think it
these.
felt like a blowjob that you've
He's
received?
never had a blowjob. You can't ask him that.
It seems like
You
it
think a
feels
puppy
like,
sucking on your finger felt like anything you've
felt like it would be
experienced
a
on your
good. It
canoes?
seems like it would feel good.
On your panoose. What was done to your finger would feel good on your panoose. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I just don't think that Mike's idea of translating this into some level of like this is how
A
it should be
teachable
done.
moment.
I don't think
I'm
that-
more like making Jay uncomfortable. When Jay
just-
starts spinning in his chair and he's like, oh, God, where's
I
he
mean,
going with this? Where's he
A
going?
puppy suckling. I don't know that it.
Well, I'll tell you what. During the break, it's going to be feeding time again.
Okay, she can
So-
suck on my finger. I've
Yes.
had kids suck on my finger during the bottle feeding
Gross.
stage, and it's never occurred to me like, wow, this is somewhat like a blowjob.
Not
Well,
if you put it like that.
they're going to have more pressure. The dog's going to have more pressure than the kid. So we'll see. I'll let you try it, and then you can make a judgment.
All right, trucks,
Don't
trucks,
knock it
trucks.
until you try it.
Almost 150 trucks. That's how many Zott Ford has available. Right now, lease a new 17 Ford F-150 XLT Crew Cab 4x4 at just $199 a month. Yes, the #1 selling truck on the planet can be yours for under $200 a month. Plus, you have almost 150 trucks to choose from. This is only from your friends at Zott Ford and dealsinthed.com.
All right, Jay. We have a lot to get to today. A lot of stories. Some interesting, some more interesting than others.
Yes.
And the lead story on every channel is Manchester and the bombing. And I'm really fucking tired of these stories. And so I don't know what to do.
Well, Mike, I would propose that we do a show that isn't based on what the glow of CNN is indicating, but the show that we
yeah.
want to do, Mike.
I agree. I feel like we need to like touch on some of this stuff, but I was thinking I'm serious. I was thinking about this last night. Like, fuck, I know Jay doesn't want to spend too much time on this stuff, and I don't either. And I was trying to figure out like why don't I? Because it's got a lot. It's got innocent people. This story's got children involved. It's wild explosions and death. It's got the religion aspect. It's got a war feel. Like, it's got a lot of things that should be interesting and fascinating.
Do you want me to answer that?
Go ahead.
Because what else are you going to say? We've been through this thing 50 times, and it's awful. It's terrible. Boom. That's my opinion.
That's funny you say that, because the realization that I've come to is it doesn't matter what we say. Like, these people aren't listening. It's not like you have Americans that think you can reason with someone and talk them into something, and Americans are too fucking stupid to know that, dude. Justin Timberlake can tweet all day long about, oh my God, we need unity and peace in the world. We need to just love each other. That sounds great on a bumper sticker. Coexist. Let's all just coexist with symbols from every religion in the world. This is awesome. They don't give a shit, Katy Perry. They don't fucking care. Everything you are and everything you stand for is offensive to them. Do you not understand that? You walking around on the stage like a fucking slut every night with your tits hanging out goes against everything these people believe in. There's no reasoning there. So that's the point where it's like, what are we even talking about it for? Like, blow them the fuck up or let it go.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Done. Boom.
Having said that, sounds
Let's
like
talk about Manchester.
yeah, going back to hashtag Manchester. Love and peace, everybody. Going back to them just for a minute, it sounds like this fucking asshole's whole family was involved in jihadist bullshit. You know?
Yeah. Brother, father.
Mother, father. His brother was tied to ISIS. His other brother somewhere else. And the thing that pisses me off about this, and this is what I don't know, like, what we do, is there are countless examples of people calling the authorities to go, yeah, this guy's fucking nuts. This guy's radicalized. People in mosques have called and gone, yeah, this guy just reamed me out as I did my sermon here at the mosque for my anti-terrorism take. And he fucking yelled at me for that. You should keep an eye on him. He's
You might want
dangerous. And it's like, oh, yeah, he's been on a raid. Well, then why the fuck is he able to go and blow up a building?
It's a fine line, man. We live in a free society. We want to be free. And so when you dip into, well, let's grab that guy and lock him up.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the mental health thing, too, Like, where's the line?
Dude, that's a great point. It's almost identical to the mental health thing. Like, until they do something, you can't. are we going to reach a point where this happens enough where we finally go, okay, fuck it, it's not worth the freedom of that. We need to do something different and really have a change of direction where we don't need quite, kind of like the Patriot Act, where all of a sudden you didn't need all the boxes checked. You could just go make a decision on something. You think we get there someday with this?
It's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, well, and then it looks like we're in trouble. And apparently we leaked some stuff.
Yeah, those dudes in England are pissed at us for sure.
Yeah.
The intelligence agencies, because the New York Times ended up with a bunch of pictures, images of the crime scene.
Yeah.
And also, I guess, the name of the perpetrator and names of his family members were leaked prior to British intelligence wanting that to happen.
New York Times leaked it out.
Well, no, someone from our intelligence agencies leaked it to the Times.
To the Times, right, and then the Times published it first. We are going to be the subject of conversation at high tea today for sure. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
Like they're going to be talking about what dick faces we are, and you can see how frustrating that be if you're working a case and your intelligence partners around the world start leaking shit to their media. Because, dude, if you haven't identified the guy yet, it might not be on his radar that you're thinking it's him. And when it's blasted all over the world, his name and his family's names, it just gives people time to run.
Yeah.
And so you can understand their frustration. I'm sure this will be spun into a thing where it's Trump's fault somehow.
Yeah, if Trump's going to leak stuff to the Russian ambassador in the Oval Office, of course this is going to leak. Totally different issue.
Yeah.
It's the intelligence agencies leaking, which, by the way, Trump has been pointing out has been leaking like a sieve for many months now.
Why hasn't he gutted all those Obama people yet in the White House?
It's too vast, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because there's a war on that guy. Why? I would think he would want to make it priority.
There are thousands of people involved, though. The government bureaucracy is just filled with different layers. And how do you replace that whole thing?
Yeah.
And still have it run?
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, but as hardcore as they're going after him with these leaks to the media, I would think you would find a way to make that a priority to at least get people you can trust around you.
Yeah, journalists who have been around for decades have said they'd never seen leaks like this. Just like where you're getting like not just 2 people saying it, but like 30 people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So something has to be done.
Yeah.
It's such an obstacle to being able to manage the White House and the agenda that to come out of it.
Yeah. It's embarrassing too. Globally it looks like we don't have our shit together. Not helping. Moving on, see Sean Hannity is apparently being attacked again by Media Matters for that Seth Rich story.
Yeah.
He was kind of buying into some of those leaks that came out. There were some hackers that were like, yeah, we know for sure that Seth Rich was working with WikiLeaks. And his family says that's not true, as they would. You wouldn't want your kid to be accused of something like that.
Do you remember Hannity had that interview with Assange several months ago? One-on-one interview where he went to the Ecuadorian embassy in wherever. Was that London where Assange was holed up?
That sounds
over in Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
He went and sat with him one-on-one, and he pressed him on whether Rich was the guy.
Really?
And of course, Assange's big thing is we never, ever indicate a source. But he also said that he kind of was like, we've got a reward out for we're supporting.
They put that out, $20,000, I think, that WikiLeaks or Julian Assange personally put out there for information about his death.
Right.
Which, why would he give a shit about some just normal person in Washington, D.C. being murdered? So there are definitely arrows that point to that, and some of these .com hackers that have come out now and said stuff, whether they're full of shit or not, I don't know. But Hannity was kind of running with his story, and Seth Rich's family got really pissed off, and so I guess he talked to them, and then on Tuesday's show, he came out publicly and said, "Look, you know what? I don't have facts to back up some of the stories that are out there, and so I'm going to leave this story alone until we know more about it. But we'll never stop fighting for truth and find out what happened to Seth."
Well, that was appropriate to do, I would say, given that he's demanding facts in the whole Russian investigation.
Totally agree. And I guess that wasn't enough for some people who there's no doubt that there's these groups that are targeting these conservative speakers. It's been going on for a while, and I'm not shedding any tears for them, but there's definitely the people that are going after the Bill O'Reillys and Glenn Becks. Those are well-funded groups that are, and the shitty thing about what they do, like I don't have a problem if we say something on this show. Jay says something wholly inappropriate, and we get a bunch of letters from people. Whatever, that's fine. That's fine, and you may even get an apology out of one of us if we honestly believe, like, yeah, that was over the line. We fucked that up. But when you have outside groups paying a lot of money, how to wheeze there?
Yeah.
I don't want you to
See?
hear that.
It's a concerning wheeze.
I'm sorry. So anyway, if you have a group out there though that's funding this and putting out on the net,
Did you hear the wheeze?
I did. Putting out on the net a whole list of all your advertisers. So someone takes issue with something you said, and they decide they're going to pay a lot of money, and then go Zot Ford here, attack Zot Ford, attack whoever, like anybody that's associated with us.
Yeah.
And then they go out of their way to push that out to everybody.
Until they dump us.
Until-
like, dude, I don't even want to be involved in this.
Look, man, we're selling cars. I don't need to fucking go to bat because you assholes said something stupid. It's not worth it. And so, overnight, 7 advertisers dropped Hannity.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable, dude. I don't know why.
Dirty pool, Mike.
It is. Cars.com, not to be confused with Cars for Kids.
977 cars for kids. 977 cars for kids. Oh, I hate that
Donate your
jingle.
car today. That's why they spell cars with a K, too.
To grab your attention.
Is that what it is?
If our shit jingle doesn't burrow its way into your brain,
And it did.
our K in our car will.
Yeah. Well, Hannity got dumped by Cars.com. That was the first to announce.
Nobody cares.
6 other advertisers soon followed suit. 2 mattress companies,
Nobody cares about them.
Lisa Mattress and Casper.
Never heard of them.
Now you have, the exercise bike maker, Peloton.
Peloton.
Family insurer, USAA. Surprised to see that. They've been advertising on those shows for a long time. Crown Plaza Hotels and Ring, which does outdoor home security.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
That was
All
a
pulled
Shark
out.
Tank product, wasn't it? Didn't that start on the Shark Tank? You guys remember
Oh, yeah, it might have.
that? Yeah.
I thought they changed their name since they were on Shark Tank, though.
Maybe.
I think so.
Good
so
idea, man.
Yeah. That's the one that you can, like, by your doorbell or
Yeah,
whatever,
you
so
can see people coming up to your door, and then you can yell at them, or you can
Get
be
out
like,
of here.
oh, I'll be right there, or whatever.
Dude, how freaky would that be if you're, like, out to dinner with your wife and your notification goes off and there's
See
some
a perp?
dude
Yeah.
at your door, like, fucking with the thing?
Yeah.
That would be fun to go, hey! I'm not, yeah, you! Yeah, I'm talking to you! Take your mask off! Looking right at you and start reaming them out. That'd be
Be
fun.
helpful.
We need to get some Ring.com stuff. If they ever advertise again with Hannity. Anyway, Media Matters denied it was mounting a pressure campaign focusing on Hannity's advertisers. They said that we wanted advertisers to be aware of Hannity's volatility as part of a general Media Matters campaign to get them to think about advertising on Fox. So, no, it's not a witch hunt. Not at all.
Just bringing awareness.
Yeah, just, it's a volatile situation, and we just want everyone to know these advertisers right here are the ones.
Yeah, and who else did you do that for? What other shows?
None.
Yeah.
Fucking, well, anyone that's conservative, they're doing it to. Yeah, they have not posted a list of sponsors for any other specific show. None. And that is bullshit. That's the stuff that drives me out of my mind. And I just wish people would fucking ignore them.
You gotta have commentary on both sides and in the middle. You can't
Yeah.
just destroy the view that you don't agree with.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous.
Well, it's funny to go after him for that Seth Rich story, which there are arguably a lot of questions about. There's a lot of people that can look at that Seth Rich story and go, something don't add up here. Something doesn't feel right with this story.
Mm-hmm.
So to have a discussion on your show, you're not a reporter. He's a talk show. So for him to be discussing that and here's what I'm hearing, here's what I'm hearing, is anyone going to look into this? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. When you have literally 24 hours a day, round-the-clock coverage of Russia on some of these other networks.
And the speculation involved in that, it's the same issue,
Yeah.
If you're going to be critical of the Seth Rich coverage, well, then look at yourselves. You're doing the same thing. You're all just speculating as to what might be.
That's
That's what
be.
this is all about. It's all just TV show commentary now.
Yes.
Very little reporting.
But it shows your fraudulent side when it's like, hey, if Media Matters is really going after media to hold them accountable for what they say, then it wouldn't be just okay, just attack this dog shit out of the right.
Yeah.
If they even went after Don Lemon once or Anderson Cooper once, you could go, well, at least they're sort of balanced, I suppose. But
Right.
no. Also, Chris Cornell. Moving on to other things. Chris Cornell, did you see his wife penned a nice letter
I
to
did
him?
not see that, but I saw that the Motor City Casino is dealing with some people wanting that room. Huh?
Oh, yeah. You mean the MGM?
Or I'm sorry, MGM.
Ah, yes. Something I said I would be interested in and was made fun of on this very show for having those thoughts.
You were
I
not
still
made
think it's
fun of.
ridiculous.
I was made fun of.
You were not. It
I
was,
think you were
it was
made fun
posed as an issue
Right.
that we all knew was coming, and we responded that we wouldn't want it.
I thought I was saying I could see wanting to rent that room.
No,
the Chris Cornell
we all
room.
knew that people would.
Neither of us looked at you and said, "Dude, nobody will want that room. That's stupid." No, it was. Just
I thought
a
you guys were
difference
making
of
fun of me
opinion.
for that. I thought I
But
was
a
like an
different opinion.
outlier.
I don't. You were in terms of whether you'd want it or not. We didn't want it.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't want it. I think that's
Yeah.
morbidly awful.
Well, fans are flooding to it. Morbid fans are. And hope of spending a night in that room.
Good for them.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
room 1136
Enjoy,
is the
you
one.
fucking weirdos.
Soundgarden fanatics have been badgering the hotel to let them rent that room. It's been taken out of rotation, so you can't even rent it now. When it will return, nobody knows.
How do you?
It's the super unknown.
How do you, as the hotel, deal with that? Because on the one hand, you could get a premium for this room. It's just a room. People want it.
Yeah. Could you charge double for that room and just call it the Chris Cornell suite?
Yes.
I mean, that'd be totally in
Not
bad
double,
taste.
but you could make money off. Like Jay said, there's already been people
Isn't that what you're reading right now? People want it.
Well, yeah.
So it's in demand. So
Well, I know, but it's closed down. They won't give it out. I don't know. I don't know what
That's
they'll
the question I'm asking. If you're the hotel, do you continue to close it, or do you go, "This is in demand. I'm opening it up, and it's going to cost X"?
Yeah, I don't know what the rule is on that. If you can, if demand is high for that one room, are you allowed to double the price of it? I don't know.
What rule? I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. Like
They changed-
like a government regulation?
yeah,
Like, you
sort
mean how,
of.
like, a
Like
suite
when
is more than a-
shut up, E. Like when a big storm comes through town and power's out and fucking people on the corner jack up their gas prices. And there's oversight for that type of
That's
stuff.
collusion among several companies. If you have a product people want, why couldn't you double, triple the price of it? I don't know. I mean,
Well, that's a product people want as gas too, and there's rules that say you can't just go.
you're not
fucking-
colluding with someone else.
Who are they colluding with?
You're
The other gas companies.
Yeah, the other gas companies. Everybody on the corner is going, "All right, let's fucking do this. Let's go $7."
I never was under the impression they were calling each other and going, "Hello, do you want to raise your prices as well?" I figured they were just doing it, going, "Fuck, look at the line out the street, charge them double."
I don't understand. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but I don't understand why the hotel couldn't just go, "Yeah, this is a
course they
$500 room."
Well, I think it's more than that to begin with, so that would be dumb to drop the prices like that.
Yeah, it's a
Cut your
literally.
pricing
I think
up.
it's a. Wasn't it like
They
the
slashed
biggest
the
suite?
prices on it. Someone did die in there. No, a lot of times if someone died in your house, you can't sell your house. Like people don't want anything to do
It
with it.
only
It's
matters
just
when
a
it's a
celebrity
celebrity
matter
though.
here.
Right. And if you know what, dude, if all of a sudden some celebrity came to your house right now and hung themselves, like you probably could sell your house for more and say, dude, this is where I don't even know. You know, Kid Rock came here and he hung himself in my house.
Graceland.
Graceland, yeah. Yep. They're doing the big tours still. So they busted that door in. Remember, his wife called the security guy. And they had that door fixed by the next morning, I guess. They had that all repaired and
So you don't have people wandering in, taking pictures and shit.
yeah.
Was it their biggest? Was it the suite? Like the president's? Was it the biggest suite they have? Or was
I thought it was $600 a night.
Okay.
So I don't know what level suite that is at the MGM.
So,
It's
like-
probably
That's the thing though. Like Jay, like for one, people want it anyway. So man, and two, man, to take that off of your list of rooms that you have available.
I don't know what the play is, I mean, if
it's probably something they sit on for a month or two, let
Yeah.
it die down a little bit. and
Redo
so
then
they
the
just-
don't
room.
look tacky. I mean,
yeah.
And then you just open up and just never acknowledge what room it was, right?
That's probably the corporate play. Hey, it's
Yeah.
just a room. It's just like any other suite.
There's someone in there going, guys, really? I mean, if you just took the number 1136 off and just called it the Cornell Suite,
right?
we could make a shitload of money
Double
off it.
it.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there on the table. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll probably know when it opens up next. I'm sure some media will cover
Yeah.
that as a Cornell thing.
But see, that's what I would do if I were
Problem all over
them,
again.
and you weren't trying to make money off it. You would just open it in 2 months and not say anything.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
just like someone wants a room,
Just
okay.
run it out. Yep.
Yeah. But everyone knows it's room 1136.
Plenty other
Say that
hotel
it was
rooms
room
out there where there's been suicides or deaths, and we just move into them. We have no idea,
Yeah.
at the Red Roof Inn or whatever it is.
Sure.
Did they
I
say
guess-
it was room 1136?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
room 1136.
Okay.
I think one of the Free Press writers called over there and tried to book a room for 11:36, and they took his reservation, booked the room for him, and then when he showed up there or something, or called the next day to confirm, they were like, "Oh yeah, you know what? That's not available now, and we're not allowing guests to identify specific rooms that they want." So that's like an overnight policy that they. Okay, this will combat. If everyone's calling for room 1136, we can't do this.
I would just change a few of those numbers around in the hall. Like maybe just change the hall numbers and then just say, we changed the numbers so you don't know.
Yeah.
Had you heard, by the way, from his longtime sound guy? I guess he's one of his managers or like tour manager and sound guy. He's been with Cornell for a decade at least.
No, I didn't read anything about him.
Well, he was saying that he seemed high and fucked up as he performed at the Fox. He was out of character from note one of the show. I've never heard or seen him that way before. At least if we did, and not cancel a show. That's Ted Keedick, who spent more than 10 years as a sound engineer and manager, which is interesting. That little video we saw, you could just tell there was something slow, a little off about him. His wife is still sticking to the Ativan thing, thinking that had something to do with it. Did you care about her letter to Chris that's been published now?
Sure.
Small letter.
What do we got?
To my sweet Christopher, you were the best father, husband, and son-in-law. Your patience, empathy, and love always showed through. You had always said I saved you, that you wouldn't be alive if it were not for me. Well, so far it's all about Vicky. My heart gleamed to see you happy, living, and motivated, excited for life. We had the time of our lives in the last decade. I'm sorry, my sweet love, that I did not see what happened to you that night. I'm sorry you were alone, and I know that was not you, my sweet Christopher. Your children know that too, so you can rest in peace. I'm broken, but I will stand for you. I will take care of our beautiful babies. You were right when you said we are soulmates. I love you. This is the part how can she even say this? I love you more than anyone has ever loved anyone in the history of loving, and more than anyone ever will.
What?
Shut up.
What the hell, man?
I repeat. Jay, you love Gab, right? You do.
This is like a high school note that's being passed, or something in 8th grade. I love you more than anyone has ever loved anyone in the history of loving, and more than anyone ever will.
Always and forever, your Vicky.
XOXOXO. Dude, why is that public? Why did she issue a public letter to Christopher?
I don't know. Yeah.
That, as
Kinda
Mike says,
weird.
a lot of it is kind of benefiting herself.
Yeah, remember, you said I saved your life.
Yeah.
and so,
Don't forget everybody.
Yep,
Well, she's probably taken a lot of
saved your
heat.
life once, but I couldn't do it again. You're not a cat.
Just like Courtney, what's her name, and
Love.
she's probably taken a lot of heat. Like, oh, way to go, asshole! He's fucked up during the relationship with you. Part of it's because of you. I was a big fan of him, and now he's dead because of you.
Yeah.
She's
the
kind of
Yoko Ono thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so maybe that's a pushback on that.
Hard to say. But that would at least make sense. That she would want to get her name out there. Like, hey, I'm not the
like,
bad guy
I
here.
saved him.
Yeah. I saved him once. He said it.
Yeah.
My sweet Christopher said it.
That is quite a statement, though.
The whole "I love you more than anyone has ever loved anyone in the history of the world"
there's
statement.
been
You mean?
how many? What's the population right now? Is
A lot of people in love.
and that's just right now. There's
Dude,
been a shit ton of people that have died and loved.
Here's the thing that bothers me about that, because if I get caught up in some firestorm and all of a sudden I'm a national story, huge, and I'm underground, I'm not leaving here and I'm not making statements. Jay, you're my lawyer, and so something's happened.
Am I
It's
speaking
horrible.
for you? I'll speak for you.
You can, but you're.
I'll be your Sean Spicer.
There you go. You're conferring with me though, so you're not going rogue and just
well. Might have to filter it a little bit.
I've given you control of my assets.
Okay.
Control of my will.
This all sounds great.
I've given you access to my bank accounts, and you're my voice
This
out
is
there.
like perfect.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm penning a note because something horrible happened to Beth. I mean, it's horrible, and no one's blaming me. It's a similar situation to what Vicky's going through. I think if it was like, okay, it's time for the world to hear from me. It's been a long time, and they're all waiting for my words. And then I wrote a note, a big note like that, and it was like, okay, time to go to publish.
You're suggesting there'd be a proofread.
Dude, I would go, Jay, I've been, my head's been a little off lately. What with the rotting and Beth's horrible death? Would you just go over this and make sure I don't make an asshole of myself?
Sure, Mike, no problem.
Would you have taken anything out of the beginning of that? Like, my sweetest Bethany.
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 Bethelford.
All that would be cool.
Sure.
But when I got down to the final thing.
Maybe the tagline. Yeah.
So everything's fine so far, and then I'm like, my dearest Elizabethany, I love you more than anyone has ever loved anyone in the history of loving, and more than anyone ever will, always and forever. Your Michael. What do you think, Jay? You want to send that out to print? We good?
Yeah, last line. Let's
Yeah, you like that. I came up with that all by myself last night. I'm pretty proud of it.
let's eliminate some unnecessary words, Mike.
What? You think there's
Yeah.
some redundancy?
I
Where?
loved you.
Wait, what about the more than anyone that's ever loved anyone in the history of loving?
Maybe I loved
part?
you more than anyone in my life that I've ever had.
That's ridiculous, Mike.
Yeah.
Dude,
I don't know how that escapes proofreading.
I would hope you would proofread that and go, Shh, no,
Yeah.
dude, no.
Big
no.
red line.
If you want to retain my services, you are not putting that final sentence in there. Sorry.
The more I think about it, the more you're like, why did she write this, or why is this public, Mike? And it's like, I'm just thinking more and more like, did someone tell her? I really would like to know, like, did someone tell her maybe you should just put something out there?
It's guilt, dude. She feels guilt. Like
Right.
people are kind of looking,
Rush.
speculating, like what was going on there in his family life, his home life, and so
Dude, if
she's
you
like,
think that she's the reason he's dead, I don't think a letter from her is going to be like, well, she says he's dead. I mean,
No, Jay, you're absolutely right. For 9 years since Bobby committed suicide, dude, Tooch and I get together once a week, and we will still talk about, like, dude, what did we not see? What did we miss? There's tremendous guilt. You can imagine if it's someone you're married to
Yeah.
for over a decade. Like,
and then someone famous where fans are lashing out and freaking out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Be very, very hard, because I know, speaking from experience, how that circle in your head works, where you're just like, you had to see something. You could invent shit to see that you should have seen that you didn't. You know, it's a weird thing that we do. This guilt that we put on ourselves in situations like that. So, anyway,
Hey, the Hamlin Pub supports the Detroit Cast, so let's make it a point, everybody, to support them with locations in Rochester Hills, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and 2 in Shelby Township. You know there's one near you, and you've got a 3-day weekend to go see one. The Hamlin Pubs have great food, ice cold drinks, tons of craft beers, TVs, games, and great entertainment. Come on by or book your reservation today. HamlinPubs.com. Check it out.
Jay, happy anniversary.
Oh, well, you missed it by a couple days, but thank you.
Oh, not you and Gab. I didn't give a shit about
Oh,
your anniversary.
okay.
No. I meant the 40th anniversary of Star Wars.
Woo!
Huh? Today.
Now you're talking.
Congratulations to you and Gab, by the way, too. I didn't mean that. I was going for the laugh there. No one laughed. I wish I was in Dave and Chuck's studio.
oh, I was
Would
laughing.
have got a laugh out of that. Thanks, guys. Can I try to deliver it again?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think-
Go ahead.
You want to pick it up with your line first?
I forgot my line.
I think I said happy anniversary.
Oh, yeah, a couple days late, but Gab and I appreciate that.
Oh, no, I didn't give a shit about your and Gab's anniversary. They just got it. Thanks, guys. Come on, guys. Thank you. No, it's too much. No, it's too much. I appreciate that, though.
Really, the laugh track is a good idea.
No, I meant the 40th anniversary of the Star Wars, original Star Wars. No, that wasn't funny, guys. No.
Now I got you.
Hitting the theaters.
Okay.
Sorry, getting phone calls. Someone's worried about the puppy.
Oh, God.
Sorry. So I was watching. I was going through Twitter earlier, and they were talking about how it's a big trending thing is Star Wars 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
And they had the original trailer up, and it's so funny to me.
Oh,
still.
dude, without the music and stuff?
Yes.
You have no idea how important that John Williams was to that series.
Huge.
He's just, God, he sets the tone with
Pull that up.
music.
The original Star Wars
It is
trailer.
comical to watch it without the regular music and with commentary that, because remember when we interviewed the guy who did the big book on that,
Yeah.
the whole thing is that was not nailed down until the end. Like the storylines,
No.
actors were given scripts that were unfinished. They didn't know where the fuck this story was going.
Yeah.
The production company didn't know where it was
They
going.
didn't have money.
So the pieced together trailer doesn't altogether make a ton of sense, I'm sure, to people who had never
Yeah.
seen a world like this or a take on this sort
Yeah.
of thing. It must have been a mess to look at
Well,
as a trailer.
and you can think, like, seeing the explosion of Star Wars after it premiered and aired, and it was good, and the whole world loved it, and it was Star Wars mania. We're even too young to remember how crazy that was. But then you're able to piece back and do a real trailer for that thing with the music. Because I think in the one I watched, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Vader and Kenobi, when they were doing their fighting with their sabers, I don't think they were colored. I think they were both just like white.
Oh, is that right?
This is
Let's
it.
see. The
Well,
Star
no,
Wars
if it-
1977 original trailer.
If it doesn't open with, the music.
Somewhere
Yeah,
in
this is
space,
it.
Yeah, this is it.
this may all be happening right now.
How bad this looks.
20th Century Fox and George Lucas, the man who brought you American Graffiti, now bring you an adventure unlike
This
anything
must
on
have
your
seemed so
planet.
random. Like,
Yes.
Star
What?
Wars.
What?
Here they come.
Oh, there's a big hairy guy.
Yeah. Until the gold robot gets here.
Coming in too fast.
The story of a boy, a girl, and a universe.
Terrible. No offense.
Dude, you need John Williams.
You do. It's everything.
Dun, 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 dun.
Big, sprawling space saga of rebellion and romance.
Rebellion and
He
romance.
even explains it very well.
No, it's terrible.
Spectacle, light years ahead of its
Spectacle.
time.
It's a 2-minute trailer, dude.
Human cyborg relations, and this is my counterpart, R2.
Yeah, if you didn't know these people or these characters like you do,
But you
this
know
would
what?
be
I
so
suppose
weird.
the visual would have been
It's an
pretty
epic
damn
of
impressive
heroes.
to have never seen an outer space shot like that with
Yeah.
ships going by and laser beams.
Yeah.
But boy, it just doesn't have the feel, does it?
No. Vader still looks badass.
And aliens
David
from
Prowse.
1,000
I'm just waiting for the lightsaber scene to see if I'm right about that.
Yeah, white and white.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
Because Vader's would have been red and his would have been blue, right?
yeah.
So yeah, that was obviously done afterwards. Yeah, it's just funny to look back at this, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. But so as Star Wars is turning 40, USA Today today has compiled a list of the 40 rundown of the 40 best movie characters in Star Wars history.
Gotcha. Well, Vader's one, of course.
Spoiler alert, dude! Have you seen the list?
Have you seen Lord Vader?
Well, yeah, but I wanted to surprise people. I didn't know if it was going to be Binks or Vader. I didn't know where this list was going.
Misa, no, I'm not number one.
Dude, I got to be honest with you, and I'm a little embarrassed to say this. I don't recognize all the names on the list.
Oh, Mike.
Do you, well, we'll see if you do.
Okay.
Number 40 on their list is Bail Organa.
Bail Organa.
Bail Organa, yeah.
Yeah, that's Leia's uncle.
All right, he was a senator from Alderaan.
Right.
Not only took in baby Leia, but kept her hidden from the Empire.
Played by Jimmy Smits.
was also
in the early
integral
ones.
in the formation of the Rebel Alliance. I mean,
Right. Got blown up when the Death Star tested.
I remember him.
Yeah, it's Jimmy Smits.
sure
L.A.
is.
Law.
Bum bum, bum bum. Bosak.
Bosk.
Bosk.
Bounty Hunter.
Bosk, yeah, I'm sorry.
My
Bosk, the
God,
bounty hunter.
man.
See, I told you I didn't know these people.
Reptilian.
He's the large lizard guy,
Yeah.
carries a large hand cannon, and works freelance for the Empire. Where would I have seen him at?
You'll
What-
remember the famous bridge scene where Vader is walking back and forth telling the bounty hunters to go out
like
and
Boba
get
Fett?
Solo. There's Boba Fett. There's Bosk and others standing there.
Okay. All right, well, him. He comes in on number 39 on the list. Jack Porkins.
Are you saying this right? Jack Porkins? I don't know that.
He died as a hero during the Battle of Yavin. More importantly, he was a role model for dudes and with dad bods who wanted to squeeze into the cockpit of an X-Wing.
Oh, yeah. This guy.
They named him Jack Porkins.
Yeah, see, that's where you lose me on all the scenes and all the battles and Gold Leader, Red Leader, and all that shit.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never got into that. All the geeks are really into all that. And he
Isn't
was
that-
replaced by so and so or represented by so and so in Rogue One, and
Yeah.
they all track all the squadron leaders.
That shows the kind of cheesy side of Lucas, too. Jack Porkins.
Right.
Put the fat guy
Totally.
and stuff him into a suit and call him Porkins. Hilarious. I'm going to Pizza Slut, guys. You want anything?
How about Taco Hell?
After Pantera bread, maybe. Greedo.
Greedo, of course, everybody knows. Greedo.
Fired first, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Han fired first.
Yeah, not according to the mock-up after from 1998 or whatever.
Supreme Leader Snoke.
Yep, he's going to play a huge role going forward.
Oh, okay, he leads the nefarious First Order of the new trilogy.
Yeah,
And that's pretty much all we know. So
He's
why
going to be
isn't-
an enormous character going forward.
Isn't the silver chick stormtrooper going to be huge
Yes.
too? Isn't she?
Captain
Phasma. That's a kick-ass outfit too. I know I'm first to say that.
Indeed.
But, dude, I can't wait to see. Director Orson Krennic.
Yep, he was in Rogue One.
Okay. Count Dooku.
Count Dooku, of course, but Christopher Lloyd played him in a couple of prequels.
Christopher Lee with an awesome
Christopher
cape
Lee.
and a
Who's
lightsaber.
Christopher Lloyd?
Christopher Lloyd is
Is Christopher Lloyd the
He's
guy
a
from Back
great-
to the Future?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, Christopher Lee.
'Cause I'm like,
Dooku's kind of dope. I don't know. What are those stormtroopers behind him? What are those called? They're not snow troopers.
Clone Troopers.
Clone troopers, yeah.
Picture Christopher Lloyd, all crazy hair. Come here, Yoda. Come here, Yoda.
We've got to go back in time. He's kind of a Bernie Sanders kind of character. Wedge Antilles.
Wedge is one. Antilles is another one of these squadron guys.
Mon Mothma.
Mon Mothma is the woman who's part of the Rebel Alliance. She's in Rogue One. It makes
Did you study this?
No, whatever.
Darth Maul.
Of course, everybody knows him.
Nien Nunb.
You gonna go through all 40 of these?
I was.
Nien
Why? Do you have
Nien?
somewhere to be? We holding you up?
I'm thinking about the others.
Fuck the others. I'm having fun. I had no idea you would know all these. We can go through them faster. Qui-Gon Jinn. Very good. Wicket Warwick.
Of course.
Yeah,
I guess I just want to
that's
know
the
which ones he
Ewok.
doesn't. Now I kind of do want to know if there's one
I
on
know,
here you
right?
don't know.
See if we can stump him. Maz Kanata.
I've only known like
Maz
two.
Kanata sounds familiar. I think it was one of the Jedi, but maybe I'm wrong.
She likes Wookiees, running a crazy space bar.
Oh
looking
yeah,
into people's
Maz.
eyes.
Oh, she's awesome.
Is she?
was
Yeah,
awesome.
she was in episode 7 with
Oh.
the big glasses.
Yeah, I liked her.
she's sweet.
She's the one that's got Skywalker's saber.
Exactly.
We don't know why, right? We still
Right.
don't know why. Mace Windu, obviously Sam Jackson. K-250,
I'd know it if I saw him.
the most human of all the various Star Wars droids, also is the snarkiest robot in the Rebel
in
Alliance.
Rogue One,
He's Rogue One.
maybe.
Padme, Grand Moff Tarkin,
Yeah.
C-3PO, Cassian Andor.
Rogue One.
Okay. BB-8 makes the list. Sharut Imwe,
Don't know that one.
spiritual warrior. He's
from
one,
Rogue One. Fuck.
He's one with the Force, and the
Yes.
Force is with him.
Yes.
He gave us the
Oh.
most ethereal Star Wars quote since "May the Force be with you."
Yeah.
Okay.
I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force.
The
and
blind
Force is
dude,
with me.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now I know. All right. Fine. You locked in,
Point out the disability, and Mike knows. Yeah.
dude. It is. I'm
What's the
coming out-
imperfection with the guy?
Right.
He's not a normal guy. He's blind.
Oh,
I think
really?
was
Now I
He
remember.
was black too, wasn't he?
No, he was Asian.
You
Asian,
see
you're
blacks everywhere. Everywhere you look, everybody's
Oh,
black.
coming
to
from
you.
coming from the king.
No, I've got a weird thing. Like, dude, this has been my whole life. I don't know anyone's name. I don't like. You need to tell me something. Like, oh, remember the time you almost strangled that kid in the parking lot?
Right.
That preschool. Yeah, of course I do. Yeah. Well, he was the fat kid off. Oh yeah, him. Sure. Love that guy.
Gotcha.
So when you do that, like he was the blind guy that kept repeating. It's like, oh, now I got you. So we got Jabba the Hutt comes in at 18. Chewbacca, you know them, right?
I do. Yep.
Kylo Ren,
Yep.
15. Lando Calrissian,
Ah.
14. Mr. D2.
Okay.
Jin Urso at number 13.
Again, Rogue One. Rogue One is well represented, man.
Number 12. Bobo Fett.
Boba Fett.
Number 11. This is where I had a problem with this list. Poe Dameron.
Okay, episode 7. He's going to be huge going forward.
I
though.
know he is, but Boba Fett. Then you got Finn at number 10, the Emperor at number 9, Obi-Wan Kenobi at number 8, Admiral Akbar at
What?
7.
Oh, Akbar's too high.
You think so?
Akbar's too high.
He's got a decent look though. I mean, he's
He
alien.
does. He's fishy looking.
He'd fit in the cantina well.
He's top 20, but shit. Number 7?
Yeah, it's a trap. Number 7.
Fuck.
Number 6 is Rey. Number 5 is Yoda.
Dude,
Number-
hold on. This means Leia's like top 3. Fuck. How can Yoda not be top 2?
Yoda's number 5. Number 4 is Mr. Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, and you can see my note there. Number 3.
Leia, charity ranking.
right?
Yeah.
Dude, if
Leia's
she's
top
not
10,
dead,
she's 9 or 10.
is she?
Yeah,
Is she?
probably.
Higher than Skywalker and
It's
Yoda?
bullshit.
Yeah, and then number 2 is Solo, Han Solo, and number 1, which Jay ruined for everybody, was Lord Vader himself.
It's only the greatest movie character ever.
Yeah, unbelievable character. Love Vader. David Prowse. I'd love to talk to David Prowse, too.
Yeah.
The guy that played him.
Why don't we get him?
I tried looking him up at one point. He's like 80-some years old now. He loves talking about Star Wars. But
Well, what's it got to do with me?
He's an Englishman, too. That's probably
He
what he'd
is.
sound like. 80-some-year-old.
And remember from the book, when we talked to the author of the Lucas book, I think Prowse couldn't keep his big fat head mouth shut.
Yep.
That was his problem. Like, he'd leak secrets
Yeah.
to the press.
Like the big secret
I
that he was,
know.
I'm your father.
Like, what a son
I thought
of a
they
bitch.
disproved that, though, and because that was in the Daily Mail in, like, 1979 over there in Europe, and the Daily Mail reporters at the time went, that is not where we got that story from. It was not David Prowse who leaked that. At no point did he do that. But that lived forever with him, as leaking that secret, and now he's still not allowed to do the Star Wars stuff, like the official sanctioned.
He
like,
does do Comic-Con and all that, right? But he won't sit on the Star Wars panels and all that. He's not allowed.
He's not been invited to any Lucas or official Star Wars thing. Like, he's
Interesting.
gone to a couple of those Comic-Con type events, and I think he loves it. He's got his big stack of his
course.
Vader things, and he signs them all for probably $50 a pop. But the problem is, because he'd do that 24 hours a day if you let him. If you let David Prowse go out there and just play Vader all day, he would. But his wife fucking hates it.
What?
His wife, yes. This old bird
All right, Colleen.
is so...
Mr. and Mrs. Vader.
Yeah. Mrs. Vader is so fucking tired of super fans ringing their phone. Hi, is Lord Vader there? Hi, can I talk to Lord Vader, please?
I'm your father.
I am your father. Every time she answers the phone,
Impressive.
Bitch! No, fuck you!
Young Skywalker.
Lord Vader at your service.
Wow, dude, the idea his wife would just, like, that's not standing by your...
Dude, you can't shut down the whole Vader thing.
Yeah, well, you want to bet? I watched a whole documentary on it, and he was like in his room at one point, and so because he's being interviewed for this, he's being interviewed for this documentary. They were trying to reshoot the original scene because it crushed Prowse when they removed Vader's helmet.
Yeah.
When Luke did.
Yeah.
And we just got that half mask that it wasn't his face. And
They
they didn't.
gaze upon you with my own eyes.
Yes, that moment, and Prowse should have been in that fucking scene. That should
It
have
is
been
funny
his.
because they used an actor you'd never seen before or since.
Yeah. And so Prowse to this day. And so this guy wanted to reshoot that scene with Prowse's Vader. I mean, it would have been absurd, but of course Star Wars wouldn't give him the rights to do shit.
Yeah.
And he couldn't even show it in the documentary what they filmed. And but while he's being interviewed, he's like, where is she? He's like trying to keep it down. Don't want her to overhear me talking about Vader again. She might come in here with a fucking saw and take us both out.
This old man, and it's not his wife. Like, they're in their room just secretly like, yeah, it was freaking awesome.
Yeah, when we were on the bridge thing, that was tits.
Are you talking about? You're talking about Vader, aren't you? I know it.
What a bitch.
So help me God if you're talking about
The
Vader.
one
up there.
thing my man has in life.
That's not true. He had a lot of things.
Yeah, he was a boxer or something, right? Or a wrestler, a grappler.
Yeah, he was something. He was huge in Europe too because he was like, you know, those like, help Woodsy spread the word, never be a dirty
I do
bird.
know those.
He was their cartoon
PSA
like
guy?
PSA guy for like check both ways of the road. And so he would wear like this spandexy superhero outfit.
No way.
Yes, before Vader.
Yeah, because back in those days, there weren't like these muscle-bound huge dudes. So if you
Right.
had just a naturally big guy,
Yeah.
that was your guy for something like that.
Yes. See if you can find it. David Prowse is his name. Prowse.
Yeah, so he's probably like a 6'5" guy, just naturally
Or bigger
big
than that
boned
even,
and
yeah.
you know, big wrestler type. Mm-hmm. And so hey, if you need a superhero big guy type,
Yeah.
Prowse is your man.
I want to say he was Frankenstein too,
Yes,
or something,
you're
wasn't
right.
he?
He did play Frankenstein in something.
Yeah, like he
The
was.
monster.
He was always the monster. Like they always covered him up, but he was such a big dude that
Yeah.
they used him for that.
I
Yeah.
heard they offered him Chewbacca
Yes,
as well as Darth.
you're right. And he said, well, Chewbacca's kind of a hero, and blah blah blah. And he said, well, what about Vader? Who's this Vader guy? And he's like, oh yeah, he's the most evil person in the universe. And he's like, yeah, that's the role I want. I want Vader.
Good choice, sir.
No, see if you can find David Prowse like PSA, like old English PSA or something like that. But yeah, he was the one, and he'd have all these little kids around him, and he'd be the like look both ways before he crossed the street. And they aired in like crazy over there, and so everybody knew who he was from that. It was like the first time he'd shown his face on screen.
E, while you find that,
And we're gonna find our best friend Doug, and then we're gonna give him a best friend hug. Doug, Doug, oh, Doug, 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 Doug.
buying or selling a home can be one of the most stressful times of a person's life. Doug Steinert at Century 21 Campbell wants to make the sale of your old home or the purchase of your dream home as stress-free as possible. Call Douglas today at 248-765-1781. Let him and the team at Century 21 Campbell make your home purchasing dreams a reality. Douglas is out there showing houses today, even as we speak.
Nice.
Call him, 248-765-1781. Ask for fellow Detroit Cast listener Doug Steinert.
He should take the day off, dude. It's cloudy,
Douglas?
overcast. Yeah, you want one of those beautiful sunshiny days to show a new house.
It'd be
you know?
ideal. It'd be ideal. So this is the David Prowse.
Yeah, that's Lord Vader himself right
the
there.
green cross code, does that say?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. You have one of the videos, E? Yeah.
Green cross control. Okay. So it's
Hi
very
there.
Johnny Sacco to me.
Uh-oh, this looks dangerous. Will they see that car?
Oh, no.
Think I better have a word with those two. That wasn't very clever, was it? If you'd been looking and listening all the way across, that wouldn't have happened.
Thanks, Lord Vader.
Glad they
That's
changed his
better.
voice to James Earl
Remember,
Jones.
Yeah.
always use the green cross code.
Young
because I won't be there
Skywalker,
when
I
you
am your
cross the road.
father. I am your father, Luke. I am indeed.
Your father, let me look upon you with my own eyes.
My own eyes.
Mind thine's own eyes. God, that would-
Obi-Wan, you old fool.
Dude, that could have ruined
Oh.
Vader like the Big E character.
Jar Jar?
You're Jar Jar.
Binks.
Misa!
Say, Luke, I am your father in your Jar Jar Binks voice.
Luke, I am your father.
See, dude, I would not have gotten into that
Misa,
movie.
your father.
Would not have gotten into that
No.
movie.
Look at this guy.
Decide there. Shit. Let me start over.
The green code, the green cross code man?
Yeah.
Emergency! Calling Green Cross Man! Green crosses! Where do you think you're going, you Dumbo?
Green cross.
When you
Call
get
it
to the
Dumbo.
curb, always stop, stop, stop.
Sorry, green
Good
cross.
message.
Why do you...
Remember, stop near the curb, not on it.
Ah, good point.
Oh, yeah,
Get
yeah.
clipped by a side view mirror.
That's
yeah.
the way. Always use the green cross code, because I won't be there when you cross the road.
Why not? All I have to do is say Green Cross Code Guy, and you pop up like a weird pedophile. Yeah, that what is with the stop thing? Aren't you supposed to stop and look right, look left, and then carry on?
Yeah. No, the green, you only cross on green. I don't know. Like, I don't get it. I guess. Green cross road safety. Here we go. He's sitting in his lair,
Yeah.
watching all his cameras. I guess
Look,
He's
Peter's
running the
got the
Justice
right
League,
idea.
doesn't it?
yeah.
but it's time his friends were reminded about the Green Cross Code.
He's sending a colleague.
Cross, boy!
There's a boy now.
What's
Got
the
a
first
cave.
thing you do when you want to cross the road?
Stop!
Find a safe place to cross, away from parked cars,
Away from parked
And stop.
cars.
Why?
so I can see the traffic and the driver can see me.
Got that?
No,
Thanks,
boy.
Peter.
We can't be
Peter,
there when
please,
you
Peter.
cross the road, so always use...
Oh, my God.
God, man, little kids' English accents kill me.
Yeah.
Look, Mommy, there's an airplane up in the sky.
They're perfect. I wish every kid talked like that.
Yeah, it is kind of a kick-ass voice. No doubt about it. Hey, should we take a quick time out? I don't know where we're
Sure.
on the clock. Have we been going for an hour and a half or like 10 minutes? I'm not sure.
Either 10 or 90 minutes. I'm not sure either.
Not sure. Did we just start? We're wrapping it up. Should we do email?
We're good.
Oh,
Let's take
we're
a break.
53. All right,
Let's
we'll
go
come-
feed a baby.
Yes, it's time to feed the baby. And then we'll come back and we got to talk about Mike Morse.
Yeah, local attorney Mike Morse.
Yep, and a little bit of a problem. We'll get into that and more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
Hey, it's Steve Gabarra, the general manager at Zott Ford and Holly and DealsInTheD.com. I have one word for you. Trucks, trucks, trucks. Almost 150. That's how many Zott Ford has available. Yeah, I know, that's way more than one word, but who's counting? More excitingly, lease a new 17 Ford F-150 for just $199 a month. Yes, the #1 selling truck on the planet can be yours for under $200 a month, and you have almost 150 to choose from. Only from your friends at Zott Ford and DealsInTheD.com.
We all know to look up, locate, step to the side if a tree is falling. But what if the tree falls on your home or car? In this scenario, you better hope that you have the best insurance coverage you can get. That's why you need to call Brent Wasik, insurance agent of the Detroit Cast. He will find you the best coverage for your home, auto, commercial, business, or life insurance at an unbelievable price. Call him today at 734-455-1900 for your free no-obligation quote. Nobody can do what he can do.
The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
We're a volunteer group. We all have other lives.
We all have other lives. Welcome back to the Detroit Cast, Mike and Jay. We just had to spend an exorbitant amount of time with the baby.
She's a cute.
Isn't she
Kind
cute?
of like a little bear cub.
She does look like a bear, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a dog yet.
She is a cute.
Yeah, it's cool seeing her little eyes open now.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like you put her down on the ground. It looks like she's struggling to walk still.
She just wants to be near you, you know.
Yeah,
And I think
warm.
She loses like, nobody's touching me.
Yeah.
I need to be near something.
I feel like I'm a parent now. This is like what a parent does with a child. You know what I mean? I feel exact same way.
Except
Like
you're taking care of a soulless being.
whatever, but I still, yeah, you had 3 kids. You've been through this, but I know how it is now. You know, I feel like I'm
Exactly.
one and the same.
Yeah, I mean, we just threw her in front of a Wiggles video, and we're down here finishing. This is exactly like parenting.
That's what I was thinking too. You know, you throw a little food in their belly, and
Yep.
see you tomorrow. You wipe their, fondle their balls till they whiz.
Dude, in large part, with infants, you're just trying to keep them alive, honestly.
That's how I feel with this one.
You take it home from the hospital, it's like, all right, keep this thing alive until you have to enroll it in preschool.
That's the main job.
Yeah,
that's the
totally.
whole gig. Anyway, yeah, she is a cute though. She's a fun one. E just pulled this up, or Jay, maybe you did, and I saw this, and I saw there was no video with it. And I was like, nah. But I hear the audio's pretty good.
Audio's pretty good. It's too bad there's no video. It would be fucking awesome if there was.
Pull it over
But
here, E, so I can read it.
It's an extraordinary circumstance I think is noteworthy.
Yeah, and this goes on to the election going on in Montana. I know there's a big fight there. Dems trying to pick up seats and whatever. And so
Yeah, because Trump grabbed one of the Montana congressmen to make him the head of something or other.
Right, part of his cabinet.
Yeah, and so they're doing a special election right now.
And so anyway, one of the candidates, and I believe he's the Republican candidate, right? GOP guy.
Indeed.
Greg Gianforte. I hope I'm saying his name right. I'm sorry, Gregory, if I'm not.
Fortes, if you're not.
Yes. But he apparently fucking went after one of the Guardian reporters. He just took him down to Chinatown. Ben Jacobs. And Ben, of course, is, oh my God, I've been assaulted. I've been assaulted. He broke my glasses.
Yeah, this is days before the election.
Yeah.
And, he's got the gaggle of reporters in front of him wanting to ask him shit. And he apparently had a history with this guy or the newspaper.
Yeah.
Where they were getting too aggressive or putting a phone right in his face. And he's just like, get away from me.
Yeah.
Well, you'll hear it.
Dude, that would be so fucking annoying, too. When you see the mad rush of paparazzi or, network cameras right in someone's face. Oh, you'd want to punch him so bad.
Everybody needs to know what Gianforte has to say.
Exactly. This is huge. I mean, we are talking about Montana.
Yes.
One of the biggest, most populous states in the country. It's huge. So go ahead, E. Run the audio of this altercation.
To the CBO score, because you were waiting to make your decision about healthcare until you saw the bill and it just came out. And what you thought
we'll
about
talk
it.
to you about that later.
Yeah, but there's not going to be time. I'm just curious if you have the act
Speak
right
with
now.
Shane, please.
But you don't.
I'm sick and tired of you guys. The last guy that came in here, you did the same thing. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. The last guy did the same thing. You were the Guardian?
Yes, and you just broke my glasses.
You, the last guy did the same damn thing.
You just body slammed me and broke my glasses.
Glasses.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Beat it, you, Ben.
If you'd like me to get the hell out of here, I'd also like to call the police. Can I get you guys' names? He just body slammed me.
He just body slammed me.
I've been body slammed. My God, the guy body slammed me. He broke my glasses.
This guy reminds me a lot of the Uber guy. You've
got
been
maced,
maced, motherfucker.
Yeah, you got maced, motherfucker. Can I get your name?
You just body slammed me. Broke
Dude,
my glasses.
That went from 0 to 60.
Yeah,
like,
that
really
went
fast.
from talk to Shane to we're grappling. We're grappling.
Dude, that feeling on old Ben, reporter Ben's, like, they're so used to being able to get in someone's shit and just be like, you can't touch me, it's assault. No, I'll just stick a camera 2 inches from your kid's
Plus,
face.
you're running for public office. You'd never touch me.
You wouldn't dare. You wouldn't. Oh, yeah? Well, fuck.
We're in Montana, son of a bitch.
Oh, play it one more time, Ian. Watch it just go from 0 to 60.
Oh, shit,
It goes from talk to Shane to just all hell breaking
Yeah,
loose.
but there's not going to be time. I'm just curious if you have
Okay,
the act
speak
right
with
now.
Shane, please.
But you don't.
I'm sick and tired of you guys. The last guy that came in here, you did the same thing. Get the hell out of here.
This is not the first time old Gregory here has lost his shit, is it?
God, I wish there was video.
You were the Guardian?
How is there not? It's a press
You, the last
conference.
guy did the same damn thing.
You just body slammed me and broke my glasses.
Can we pull that as a drop?
Oh,
E?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
You
we've
just
already
body
talked
slammed me.
about that.
Broke my glasses.
Dude, I told,
Yeah, you got made, motherfucker.
I told Jay that there's nothing fun. I wish we had the video. Of course, we all do. But like the sound of scuffling,
A
like
scuffle.
with a microphone, where it's like
Everything's just being jostled.
That old fucking.
All right, E. You want to go? You motherfucker. Let's go there. Ah, you broke my glasses.
dude. And you guys make fun of me all the time. Like when I was saying something about this weekend where I was like my hot or something, you guys always make fun of like a lisp that I have. Dude, he is the voice that you guys make fun of me for having.
Sort of, kind of.
Like he is like
You have a shit voice too.
Do you
though.
believe it when this guy states he was body slammed, quote
I know,
unquote? Like, what do
body
you think?
slammed.
What do you think really happened there? Do you think it was like?
I think it was
just
one
like-
of those where he's just
I bet he-
grabs him and it's like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Is kind of running
But
with
he
him.
slapped the phone out of his hand. So
Yeah.
that's why you hear the rustle and all that shit. And then I just, I think
Dude, if
it's
he
kind
was
of a,
Do you think he
a pushback.
picked him up and threw him down?
I don't.
Where do you think the glasses issue came from? Because do you think when he lunged and grabbed him, the glasses went askew and flying?
Yeah, any scuffle will.
Glasses can go off in a second.
Yeah, glasses.
Tell that to James Worthy.
Well, yeah, I used to have a pair of
Lou Alcindor.
Yeah, the glasses don't really stay balanced on the face.
But like
if there's
body
any
slamming, you know what I mean? When
I
Jay
think
asks,
he's
like,
overstating.
Body slamming.
I don't
think
believe
Ben
that.
is
I don't.
overstating?
Yeah, I don't believe that Gianforte just body slammed that
picked
guy.
him up and threw him down to the
Right.
ground like
Yeah.
WWE style body slamming.
Yeah, it was more of a get out of my face.
Fucking
you know?
face.
You're moving from here to there.
He is so mad.
Can you imagine
Gianforte.
pulling that off days before election though?
I think it was the day before, on Tuesday night, on the eve of Montana's special election.
Apparently, a couple of the papers pulled their endorsement of him. They're like, yeah,
Really?
that's not how we want our politicians to
Wow.
act in Montana.
Do we know how that vote is gone?
Not.
Come on, Isis. See, a good
find
producer
out.
would have thought, what will Mike ask here? What's relevant to this?
What would go with the end of this story? Maybe find out how the election went. If the body slam and breakage of
If
glasses
it made a difference or not.
Yeah, did it
Maybe
make a
people were impressed by that. Montana special election closer than it should be.
Oh, that's Bernie Sanders. So that guy's got to be on the left.
Look at that son of a bitch. Looks like an oil man.
He sure does. God, dude, this country is filled with all types of characters.
He
isn't
knows
it?
he needs a bowler tie, dude.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, what is
He's probably got guns on each hip.
Right.
That's definitely not who this guy was, based on
Basically, Richard Petty is
Yeah.
running against him.
Could you imagine if that guy was on your ballot and in Detroit? Like, that guy would get fucking stomped.
Yeah.
There's no chance for that dude. None. But in Montana, a lot of people dress like that.
That's verging on a duster. Like it's not really a duster jacket, but it's in that style.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
What is that, suede?
I was gonna say it looks like
Leather?
it might be suede or leather.
Came from a cow he once owned.
There ain't no concern for PETA out there.
And Bernie Sanders. Yes, this is the guy.
This guy right here. He has
Right
a D
here.
in front of his name.
Look at his head. He's gorgeous. Look at that belt buckle.
Don't vote for the vote for the D.
Hey, did you see GNR announced some new tour dates?
No, I didn't. They're
In
coming
North
back to
America?
the U.S.
They are. They got some North American dates
Sweet.
coming up here in October. October 8th, we're in Philadelphia. October 11th, we go to New York, Madison Square Gardens for a few nights.
This all makes sense. Yeah, this all makes sense.
And then we go to Cleveland for Quicken Loans Arena. Toronto on the 29th of October. November 6th, we're in Chicago, Illinois. Houston, Texas on the 10th. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Las Vegas, Oakland, California, Los Angeles, and Los Angeles.
I wouldn't mind going out to Cleveland or Chicago for something.
November
same.
2nd, Detroit, Michigan, Little Caesars Arena.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Little Caesars.
What night of the week is
Louis
November
Cesar.
3, 2017?
Isis?
When was it? November.
November
somewhere.
3.
Okay.
One.
Kahoo!
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday night?
November 3rd. November 3rd, right?
November 2nd, actually.
Oh, that's a Thursday. Well, works for us.
That works for us perfect.
Works for us.
Now, which one of our soon-to-be favorite listeners,
Great point.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I
I
got to
getcha.
think that one of these fine, upstanding, fantastic,
Will-
super Detroit cast fans of our show, one of them's going to have a suite, right?
Will NFL Bob keep his moniker of new favorite listener?
Yeah.
Great
Be
question,
tough.
Mike.
And it would be hard to dethrone the favorite listener that takes us to one of the first shows at Little
Gets
Caesars
us a
Arena.
U-Haul and takes us to Little Caesars Arena.
No stops in Pontiac. That's all I'm saying. I'm in for the U-Haul.
Mike doesn't want to get sucker punched at a party store in Pontiac.
No.
Who can blame him?
Yeah. That ruined that show for me. That hurt
Now I got you.
so bad.
Mike Webster.
Mike Webster was hit so fucking hard. It's a miracle he didn't shatter my orbital bone. He hit me so fucking hard.
I know.
And it hurt the whole show. My head was just pounding. No amount of beer was helping. Just pounding. And then sitting there in front of
That was healthy, by
Metallica
the
and
way.
Guns N' Roses.
I'm sure you definitely didn't need a checkup on that.
Right.
Wait, what?
I'm sure you definitely didn't need any medical attention on that.
See, times were different back then.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but we were in the
It's
old
just a slight head injury.
rub some dirt on it phase, more of that kind of era. Spit on it.
CTE didn't even exist, you know?
Oh, I get it, and I'm not saying that. It's just hearing it now, though. Don't you think now hearing that? Like,
no,
the
there's
idea-
no way I would have left that show. You would have had to drag me out of there.
No, I don't. No,
As he explained to Val Clark on Channel 2 Eyewitness News.
Well, it was Val Clark,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Mike Webster.
Yeah, this guy tried to take my ticket. I said, no way! Bam! He punched me. I didn't care.
I don't care.
GNR! Woo!
Anything for that video. Anything.
Dude, they'd have it in their archives. I could have sworn it was Channel 7. Are you sure it was
Yeah,
Channel 2?
Channel 7. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah, I could have sworn it was
Val
Channel
Clark,
7.
though, right?
Your memory's better than mine, but your mom saw it live.
Yeah, she saw Mike Webster.
Right.
Yeah.
My brother's sitting there folding clothes with her, watching the
The
news.
11 o'clock news.
Hey, that's Walters. That's not Mike Walters. That's Mike Webster.
What if she was being serious?
Yes, she was.
Ugh.
She was being serious.
I could just see the report, too. Val Clark reporting live for Action News
Down at the
at
Pontiac
11.
Silverdome.
Coming to you live from the Pontiac Silverdome, where it hasn't been all fun and roses for everybody tonight. Meet Mike Webster.
All fun and roses.
Some cornball,
Yeah.
you know. And then some drunk idiot 20-year-old, 19-year-old kid, you know.
Woo!
God. I guarantee it, dude. If
It's on
at Channel
Microfiche
7,
somewhere, and
it is.
some record on Microfiche can
We know the
locate
date.
that. Yeah.
We could probably reach out to Channel 7 and say, look, we need. God, do we know anyone at Channel 7?
You would know more than I would.
Why the fuck would I know anyone at Channel 7?
I was pointing that to E, hoping he'd go, yeah, you know so and so.
No, I do not.
We know more Fox 2 guys. The
would like
LaDuffs
to
and Roop Raj is a huge fan of Jay's.
Mm-hmm.
Roop Raj has been for a long time.
Rupert Raj Mahalski.
That's right. Yes, and the Hall of Shame.
Yep.
I'd like to see
One
Mike.
of, did you know, guys? By the way, one of our listeners was not part of the Hall of Shame story the
The
other day.
subject of the Hall of Shame, like the bad
in the
guy.
Hall of
That was
Shame?
that was what I was worried about. Walchek texted me the other day and he goes, "Hey man, just did a new Hall of Shame story last night, and a guy that's a big fan of your show was in it." And I'm like, "Oh fuck!
Shit, of course.
What did one of our listeners do now? Shit, that's just what we need." And he's like, "No, his name's Daryl. He's a victim."
Oh
Like,
man.
oh man, what happened? And so Walchek says, "Yeah, I called this guy at home, and was just like, hey, I'm Rob Walchek." He was trying to like get in to like interview one of the victims of this guy's scam, and so he says, "Yeah, hey, I'm Rob Walchek." Blah blah. And he goes, "The Rob Walchek from the Detroit Cast." Rob's like, "Yeah, sure."
Good man, Daryl. Yeah, sure, whatever. Just talk to me.
And so Rob texted me. He was like, "Yeah, dude, it was pretty funny."
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Apparently not awesome though, because he got taken. I guess there was some construction company, like locally, Bloomfield Construction or something, and then there's some dude, like career criminal,
taking some money up front. Was he?
Well, he's going by the name like Bloomfield Construction and Restoration, and so this guy that owns this really credible company in town is like, why am I getting all these 1-star reviews and shit ratings and talking about scams and stuff? I've had 25 years of accredited and licensed. Like, what is this? And to find out there's this scam dude who's basically going by the same name and living off his credentials and then fucking people big time.
Daryl, I'm sorry to hear.
I guess one of the parts of the story that I saw, this guy was complaining that, yeah, he installed all new windows at my house, upside down.
Go to open the sash.
Yeah, and then he I think he challenged someone to settle it like a man when someone took issue with it.
To a bare knuckle?
Yeah.
Kidding me.
No.
Why are you here?
Hey, our friends at Zott Ford need your help. They're in the middle of a massive sales contest. Help them win it by buying or leasing a new Ford Focus, Fusion, or Taurus. During this contest, buy a new 17 Ford Focus for as low as $13,000, or lease a new 17 Ford Fusion as low as $118 a month. Better yet, buy a new 17 Ford Taurus for just $21,500. Surf their filthy deals and massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Mike Morse.
Yeah.
Local guy, attorney. I don't know how he is as an attorney.
Brother of Emily.
Yes, we've talked to Emily.
Emily Morse, the sex therapist.
What is she? What is her title? Is it like sex expert or sex
sexpert?
I thought there was like, is it Sex with Emily? Is her show?
Probably.
I think that's
yeah.
the name of it.
We had her on. We asked her about the closet thing and
she
whether
remembered
I should be
us.
banging my wife in the closet.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
did remember us though. Remember someone talked to her about us, or she was talking about us on a later show of hers.
Right.
I can't remember what the subject
Oh,
matter
she
was.
brought up you blowing on a chick's face, like not asking first or something. Like, yeah, you know what?
Oh,
I talked
busting.
to
I thought you meant blowing like. No, you meant busting a nut on a chick's face.
did.
Yeah.
Get that last nut off.
Yeah.
Yeah, she brought that up. She's like, you know what? This subject came up while I was talking to some guys from Detroit, the Detroit cast.
Yeah.
And one of them was saying, is it wrong for me to just pull out and bust all over her face? And I was like, yeah, man, you really should.
warn her. A little tap or something. I was totally being a smartass, by
Yeah.
the way. I was not gonna, sniper fire my girlfriend.
Yeah, but that's Mike Morse's sister.
Absolutely irrelevant to the story we're about to tell.
She earned her Doctor of Human Sexuality from the Institute of Advanced Study in Human Sexuality in San Francisco.
Wow.
That's
wonder if
creative.
she's. I know. I wonder if she's come
That's
across
creative.
our boy Jerry.
I bet they would
their
know each
travels.
other. Yeah. Why wouldn't they? I mean, if they're both
He's an
into-
intellectual.
He is.
Yeah.
And she actually did apparently receive a BA in psychology from Michigan. So
Well, I am a doctor in sexology.
that's
See?
true. She is.
They both are. Anyway, Mike, not such a funny story. A former receptionist for Mike Morse. Everyone knows who Mike Morse is, right? 855 Mike wins, go for the win. Isn't that his jingle?
Yes.
Yeah, personal injury guy mainly.
Yeah. He's up
Big
there.
firm. I mean, couple hundred people employed. They do a lot of work.
He's got a big building right off the freeway here, doesn't
Right
he?
off the lodge.
The
in
lodge.
Southfield.
Yeah, yeah. And he kind of popped up out of nowhere and exploded. I mean,
He went strong with advertising there for a
Yeah.
period and really churned a lot. Yeah.
I don't know if I'd put him in the Korn category or Bernstein
Of
at the
today,
time.
I mean, he's the
up
main
there.
advertiser today.
Yeah.
He really is.
Well, he's found himself in a little bit of a pickle here. As a former receptionist, claims that he harassed her on the job in a $15 million lawsuit filed by your favorite attorney.
Jeffrey Feiger.
It's actually Geoffrey.
Jeffrey with a G.
It's a second lawsuit this month filed against Morse, alleging unwanted advances towards women. Last week, a Novi woman filed a $10 million suit saying he groped her titties at a restaurant.
Yeah, that's like an assault one. This new one though is an employment issue.
Yeah. So the grabbing titties in a restaurant is worth $10 million, but the being a dickhead to your employee is
Worth a little
$5.
more.
Well, if it's $15 million total, or did he do?
Whatever, dude. You can't put
Yeah.
a number on it.
Okay, well, they did in the story. That's what
Yeah,
was
but
trying
I
to
mean,
figure out.
they all just blow numbers around.
Okay, so you're right. She's charging 15. She's trying to get 15 million on top of the 10. Whoa. He strongly denied the Novi woman's claims in a statement. He said Morse said the receptionist was employed at his firm for about 18 months until April 7th when she was fired for cause. She never made a complaint during the time she was employed at my firm. That doesn't surprise me. I know Fox News employees were pointing to that. Well, no one ever made a file or a claim here, and
It's an important component of the claim, though, because if you're going to claim sexual harassment, if the employer, it's incumbent upon the employer to investigate and take prompt remedial action against claims of harassment.
Okay.
So that's an important part of the defense to go, dude, she never complained. Like, what were we supposed to do?
yeah. So if
If
you're
she's not complaining about conduct, how are we as the firm supposed to react to that?
right. So you would suggest anybody that feels like they're being harassed at work, you've got a boss that's grabbing your titty all the time, you should file a complaint.
Yeah.
Because, dude, honestly, if I had a guy that was being really uncomfortable, some gay guy, and he keeps grabbing my dick, dude, I can't imagine that I would go to a boss and go, I'd like to file a complaint. This guy won't stop harassing me. I could see coming down the road years later, though, and going, yeah, he did the same thing to me, man. I'll jump on your class action. But I could, honestly, I don't see that I could. It would have to be really bad.
Yeah, and you ought to have it all over, your employee handbooks and any literature that's given to people. That's why
Reads
when
that
you start
stuff.
it, I know when you start a new job, you're signing, I'm acknowledging this and this, and yeah, here's your sexual harassment
Yeah.
policy. Sure. You know,
Sure.
boom,
Nobody
sign
reads?
it. Exactly. but that's a nice piece of the defense for the employer when they turn around and go, what? You know, they acknowledge that these are the rules. They'd abide
Yeah.
by them. If they saw anything, see something, say something, and she never did. Now
Yeah.
that doesn't win the day, but it's a nice piece of the defense.
It's a start.
Yeah.
It helps. I'm not going to continue to participate in Mr. Feiger's media circus or his bid to attract more attention to himself and encourage baseless lawsuits. These matters will be handled in court. Feiger told the Free Press that many more Morse accusers could be stepping forward in the future. The 2 lawsuits are, quote, the tip of the iceberg. That doesn't sound good. Feiger reiterated that he has no business rivalry or personal vendetta against Mike Morse. I don't care about Mike Morse. I care about my clients. I didn't go looking for people who were sexually assaulted by Mike Morse. That's patently absurd. You lawyers love the word patently.
Patently, that's
a good
one.
word.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
Dude, here's the thing that, you know, take it for what it is, but the chatter on the street is that Feiger's going to run for governor, right?
Yeah.
When's the last time we really heard from Feiger?
Dude, not much since Kevorkian.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly.
No, there was.
Well, he had the federal thing against him. Remember when the feds raided
Yep.
his office?
There were some big cases after that, but it's been kind of a while.
Yeah.
Even so much that about a year ago, we were kind of like, what the fuck ever happened to Feiger? You know?
Well, he had that parking ticket snafu that he dealt with in Lansing that was really big back in '96 or so.
Yeah,
That's
I
really
remember
the
that.
last big headline grabbing story
It's the Beagle.
that I remember
Yeah, I think
involving.
the hard-hitting Lansing radio show handled that.
Yeah, they sure did, and boy, that was good. That turned ugly though. I mean, what with the pig's corkscrew tails on what was that?
Engler.
Engler, yeah, thank you, John Engler and his poor triplets. Samantha Lichun is the former receptionist. She claims Morse on multiple occasions made lewd sexual comments and groped her titties after she began working there. He also invited her to his hotel room in December of 2015
Allegedly.
via Facebook's instant message app.
Via?
Yeah, which would be saved. You would have that. And I think Feiger even says, yeah. When she was in his office, Morse's office called her cell phone and was trying to get her to
hey, why don't we talk?
Yeah, let's talk. Let's drop this thing. And he's like, yeah, I've got it all documented here. She was in my office when they made that call. And then she was terminated, not because she was a shit secretary or receptionist, but because she was unresponsive to Morse's advances.
Nice little retaliation claim there.
Yep. So going on, what was the other one? Where was that? Oh, the other one was at Lely's Inn on the Green. You familiar with that
so
restaurant?
this is the prior lawsuit. The first one gets filed a month ago or so by this
Yeah.
woman who I don't think Morse knew very well, but he runs into her and they do a selfie type situation, and during
Yeah.
that process he grabs her titties, and she goes back to the table and is kind of like, alleged by her. That was
Yeah.
weird. That was uncomfortable. That was not cool.
Yeah.
And so she then went to the police and filed a report. And
looking for $10 million.
You know, I mean, how can you put a number on it, Mike?
Yeah.
Violation.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah, I guess Morse and the owner of that Lely's tried to talk to her after that. Like, come on, don't file anything. This will
Yeah.
be bad for his business, bad publicity for him. This could be damaging for his career. And she was like, "Oh, you're Mike Morse, the super rich lawyer. Yeah, I think I'm gonna file suit."
Right.
Dude, the more time I spend with you, Jay, the more I realize how
Inappropriate
Well-
workplace harassment is?
Yeah, like I used to laugh about it. Like, dude, fuck off, whatever. You can't even joke around with people.
No.
And the problem is when you read these stories, Mike Morse is going to have a real hell of a time explaining anything, because if you don't have a totally professional atmosphere at work, when it does go south, because while it's going good, it's great. It's good.
Sure.
No one has a problem when it's going good. But when you get fired because you're an idiot who can't wake up on time and get to the office on time,
Or maybe she did have a problem with it, but she wants to keep her job. That does happen.
wait,
I mean,
where she
she's
filed
bothered
something
by
false.
it. She's bothered by it, but she's afraid. She doesn't want to rock the boat. She wants to keep her job. It
Yeah.
happens.
Sure.
We don't know what the fuck happened here.
Right.
We don't know if he has wandering hands, if he's that kind of guy who jokes around like this. We have no idea.
Yeah.
But if he does, and we've obviously seen workplaces where that happens, you're just giving that person a level of power over you that,
Yeah.
why would you?
And that's what I've noticed.
would ya?
That's what I've
Just
picked
go
up
to work,
on.
man. Let other people work, and then go home.
That's what I've picked up
Feel
most
your wife's
from
titties.
from
Feel
being
your girlfriend's
around
titties.
you all this time. Is like, yeah, that makes way more sense. That simple like pat on the ass, hey, good morning, boom. Like it's innocent to you. It doesn't mean anything. You didn't mean any harm by it. But trying to explain that to a jury down the road years later, think about it for a
Because
second.
all she has to do is go, I did feel uncomfortable at the time. I didn't feel like I could say anything. It's my boss.
Yeah.
And that's very credible. That's a credible story.
And then I'm on the stand going, well, yeah.
Well, she
it's
liked
just
it.
nice and all, and I was in it was a happy morning, we were getting ready for the weekend, and I just saw her go by in that tight ass little skirt, and I just, pow. Good morning, sweet tits, and fuck, now I look like a real asshole.
There's no defense for it.
There isn't.
It's
Yeah.
inappropriate.
Yeah. It's too bad. I'm still going to harass the shit out of you, E. Don't think you're off the hook by any stretch.
We
For
have
the record.
images of said harassment.
Yeah.
Green Play-Doh dick hanging out of his brong.
Dude, when I think of...
Jay, I have a question for real. If
Jay,
I
you would have
had-
had a coronary, and if you walked into our office at any point, you would have just been like, what is
Yeah.
this circus going on in here? Why are these guys pooping on the lawn? And why is that fucking 16-year-old girl sitting on that 60-year-old man's lap? What's the deal here? Yeah, it's just another day at the Riff. Don't mind us.
Well,
Why is he smoking indoors? It's not even legal. There's like federal law against smoking indoors, and both of them are doing it. Is anyone else seeing this?
right.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Somehow you got out of all that.
Yeah, somehow.
Somehow the statute of limitations
Now
is
I'm
run
just-
and you guys are free and clear.
Now I'm just waiting for a phone call from some attorney's office going, do you remember so-and-so? No, fuck no. Apparently you cupped her boob one morning and, yeah, that's possible. Yep. Where do I need to be? And who's my judge?
Hey, got to tell you about the Hamlin Pub. They have 5 locations: Clarkston, Chesterfield, Rochester, and 2 in Shelby Township. Hamlin Pub offers a wide selection of craft beers, most of which are brewed right here in Michigan. They have great happy hour specials Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m., and half-off appetizers on Monday. Check out all their specials at all 5 locations. Check out HamlinPubs.com for more info.
Ready for a quick, infuriating story before the weekend?
Why not?
2 white women. Already, it's bad news, right? Already.
I
Fucking
hate 'em
devils.
already.
All just fucking...
Just know that all white people are fucking devils.
Damn right we are.
What they do.
These fucking bitches. They've been forced, thankfully, to close their burrito shop, their pop-up burrito shop. Why, you ask? I know that's going to be a question. Well, why? It sounds like a great little venture.
It does on paper.
They were accused of cultural appropriation.
Oh, yeah, I didn't catch that. They are selling burritos.
Mm-hmm. You see the problem already?
Yeah.
Kelly...
Look at he's looking at me. What the fuck?
Kelly...
I really, I was trying to decide if that was really where this is going.
When E is astounded, that means something.
Well, Kelly Wilgus and Liz Connolly opened Cook's Burritos with a K.
And they were shamed? Dude, with a
Sounds
K,
like it.
not a good move.
Yeah, like
2
Kooks.
white chicks.
Yeah. So they opened Cook's Burritos in Portland, Oregon.
No,
after-
like Clue and like Clucks and like Clan.
I got it.
Oh yeah.
Get-
Oh, I don't think that's where they were going with that. That would be.
You never know. They're 2 white chicks
I
selling
still
burritos.
wouldn't do it.
I would have a
Can't
problem
put it past them.
if they opened Gook's Burritos. Like then I would be totally on board with you. Like, dude, that's just inappropriate as shit. Why would you do that?
Gook's Thai and sushi.
Yes.
That would be offensive.
What if it's John Gook's?
What's Jonathan to do?
Man, it's a family name. What am I going to do?
Proud of it. I'm proud of my name.
Yes, this is my 3rd establishment that I've opened. I've got Gook's Burgers, Gook's Pizza, and I've got Gook's Burritos. No, theirs was Cook's with a K.
Got it.
And they had taken a trip to Puerto Nuevo in Mexico last year. And for the first few months, they get back and they open this burrito shop.
Everything's going swimmingly.
Oh, it's killing it. It's
the
a
public
taco
is
truck.
enjoying their burritos.
They're
Everything's
loving it.
good.
It got so popular so fast that local papers took notice.
They filled a market need.
They did.
But
that's when the trouble started. So they're like, "Wow, you entrepreneurs! It's amazing what you're building here with this little truck. Let's talk about it." And so the girls were proud of their story, and so they gave some quotes to the Willamette Week, which is their paper, led them to be accused of stealing their success. Connolly told the newspaper, "I picked the brains of every tortilla lady there in the worst broken Spanish in Puerto Nuevo. You can eat in Puerto Nuevo." And she says they showed me a little bit of what they did, but most of them wouldn't talk too much to me. But you can get $5 lobster on the beach, which they gave you with a bucket of tortillas. They're handmade flour tortillas. They're stretchy, a little buttery. They wouldn't tell us much about the technique or anything, but we were, I'm imagining she's kind of being a little bit facetious here. She says, we were peeking into windows of every kitchen, totally fascinated by how easy they made it look. And it's not easy to do. Those comments were then picked up by a food blog.
Oh, boy.
Which accused Wilgus and Connolly of preying on the women they met in Mexico. Unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
Preyed on these poor women.
Oh, my God.
Dude. Many took to social media to accuse them of stealing from another culture.
Oh, my God.
Here are some of the quotes from people who were upset. This week in white nonsense, 2 white women decided it would be cute to open a food truck after a fateful excursion to Mexico. So let's recap the story thus far. These 2 white women went to Mexico, ate tacos, then decided they would just take what the locals clearly didn't want to give them.
Locals are free to move wherever they did and open up a truck.
Nah, that's capitalism.
Dude.
Oh,
so Old El Paso, Taco Bell, they're all owned by authentic Mexicans.
Right?
They're in the back.
Pollo Loco.
Seriously, man, this is just evil.
I know.
They're doing well. This is a small business. We should be proud of these women, right? Because
this is the American dream.
Rules the earth, and we want to stamp that out. So we have 2 women succeeding.
It's the whole thing eating itself again.
It
you
is
you have
indeed.
these women, and so now you're aiming.
I know. Attacking 2 white women is surprising, too. Like, if it was you and I opened one of those and we made some comments, oh, yeah, went down to Cabo San Lucas and learned how to do it.
We
like,
stole them.
You could see everybody hates white men.
Oh,
Agreed, right? Like, we are the devils of the planet. So, but
He likes
women.
white men. He's got no
That's
problem
true.
with white men.
Yeah. But women can always fly under the, like, oh, my God, here
Got
I
a
am
vagine.
trying to stand up with my one vagine, and here you are ripping me down again because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Anti-feminists.
So this takes it a step further. That's too bad.
Oh my God.
So yeah, if that wasn't bad enough, they decided to pack up all their stolen intellectual property and repackage it.
Oh my God. How do you type that in? What is she typing this? A food blog? Is that what you said this was?
This really is a sad story.
I know.
That is really
It gets
too bad.
better,
This might be the worst.
These appropriating businesses are erasing and exploiting their already marginalized identities for the purpose of profit and praise. Stealing is in their nature as white women. Stealing is in their nature.
my
So I'm not surprised. They're not creative. Why would white people be creative? They're not creative. So they had to get the idea from someone. Kook's Burritos is now closed. Good riddance.
Wow, man.
So you nice ladies stole hardworking and low-income Mexican women's tortilla recipes and are now turning a profit. That's not white basic privilege at all. Disgusting.
If there were authentic Mexican women sitting on the same corner prior making these tortillas and trying to sell them, and these ladies came in and kicked them out, you got a story here.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Going to
you're
Mexico?
dealing with Old El Paso and Taco Bell. I mean,
Yeah.
dude.
Well,
Stouffer's makes pizzas. What about the Italians?
Hopefully not any longer. Now that you all boldly and pretty fucking unapologetically stole the basis of these women's livelihoods, you can make the exact same product so other white people don't have to be inconvenienced by dealing with a pesky brown middle woman getting in their way. Nice job. To end the story, Cook's Burritos has deleted its website, Instagram account, Facebook account, Twitter profile, and they are now defunct.
No, I wish I
That
knew
is
more about these girls
infuriating.
because I wish, like, we're in no position that they said, you know what, we're just going to keep doing this and give it another month and really see if people would just stop buying their stuff. I wish
See if it just
they had
blow-
held off
would
somehow.
blow over.
Obviously, we don't know the whole
I
story.
mean,
We don't know their story. But
Isn't that kind of the whole evolution of how anybody does anything? Like, if you go and you're a student under Anthony Bourdain and you learn how to, properly make X,
Yeah.
are you then not allowed to fucking use those talents you acquired?
That's college.
To do something. I mean, it's just. I honestly, I thought this was an Onion story when
Yeah,
I first
it's
started reading it. It was like, are you kidding
Hard
me?
to believe.
And it's not like they sat down, almost to your point, Jay, and went through their recipe books and stole a bunch of them and then went up north and,
No, I mean, people go to France to learn from the best French chefs.
Yeah,
right?
if they
And
want to appropriate their culture.
Yeah, and then they come back and they make pastries here. Like,
yeah,
it's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. That is a sad story, Mike.
I agree. How we doing? Do we have any?
Mike, we have
see, postcards there.
I have post Before we get to that, though, I must mention the Amazon link. Please use it, everybody.
Amazon.
It's a great way to support the show. It's above the fold on DetroitCast.com.
Yeah.
All you do is shop through our link. We get a bit of credit for whatever you buy.
By the way,
Please use it.
should we also say really quick, and I don't have any copy in front of me, but the fine folks at MyPillow.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
with Mike Lindell have teamed up with the Detroit Cast, and they are cutting us a pretty fucking awesome deal.
It just sounds too exaggerated to the common person out there. You tell me what you need, and then we'll triple it, and we'll call it a day.
That's the deal right there. So if you buy a pillow, he gives us the money for 3 times that amount.
God's got his hand in this, and I truly believe that.
He's actually losing money. He's
Yeah,
just like
he's losing money on
Such
the
great
Detroit
guys.
Ask him about ducks. I never get to play this one.
He's never had an issue with ducks. Have you?
The duck's
Mike?
warmth actually saved my life because I passed out in the snow.
Passed out in the snow. Ah.
Hi, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow.
I used to be a professional card counter. This is Mike Lindell. Can you hear me?
Yeah, gotcha. Coming in loud and clear. Make sure you use promo code TDC.
That's
as in
the key.
The Detroit Cast. That's the key. Otherwise, they will give it.
I'm giving them jack shit if they don't write TDC in there.
I'm looking for some drugs here. Not I could care less
Mike,
what you guys have going
Mike,
on between you two.
Now, look, call me off the air. All right, don't ask about drugs on the
That is pretty
public
inappropriate.
airwaves.
Go poking around on the public airwaves.
As if Lindell's just this dope walking through like,
Hi, I'm looking for any drugs. Anybody got anything I could swap for some pillows? I can't find Ty. You guys know my guy Ty. Can't
Forgot
find him
about
anywhere.
Ty. My guy Ty.
I'm so glad I liked the pillow too. It would have really sucked if they were a disaster of a pillow. It would have really, because I still would have probably pushed it. But
I have 3 of them on my bed. Again, I sleep with one over my head, so I'm not the best judge. And then I've got the woob under my arm. But
Yeah.
Gab sleeps with 2.
Yeah,
and,
I do too.
And she's not gonna blow smoke and just keep sleeping on these, even though they suck. She would
think-
immediately tell me, I'm not sleeping with this thing. This
I
thing
would think
sucks."
Gab would be more inclined to say they sucked even if they didn't than she would the opposite. You know what I mean? Like if she could shoot an arrow at me somehow, these pillows fucking suck.
It's not true.
Well,
although she did offer to come mow your lawn if you pay her.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are talking about my lawn when you get home.
We were talking about our lawn, and I was like, fuck, dude, you should see Mike's lawn.
I believe she called me a pussy.
She did.
Which would not be the first time. Thanks, Gab. I love to hear
I mean, this guy is such a total pussy. It's stunning.
that Gab thinks I'm a pussy. Anytime a girl calls me a pussy, I just...
Will you mow the lawn?
Sure.
Why won't you mow your lawn?
We're running out of time. If we're going to get to your cards of post, we should get
You
going.
don't want to talk about it? All right. Let's see. I've got Mark writes in, posts in, from the cathedral in Savannah, Georgia.
Wow.
The Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in Savannah, Georgia, originally built in the 1870s, was destroyed by fire 22 years later, then completely rebuilt from the original design. The majesty of the stained glass windows and murals complete the splendor and beauty of the cathedral. It is one of the oldest Roman Catholic parishes in Georgia.
No, it's not.
Beautiful.
Because it burned down, and then they built a new one that's only a couple years old.
That's true. Well, from the ashes it arose.
Sure.
Do you want to read Mark's comments there?
Why does it say something nice about you?
Just read Mark's
This
comments.
King, greetings from Savannah! Exclamation point. Enjoying the American history. Mark, your neighbor to the north. Very
There you
nice.
go.
It's a beautiful church.
Anybody who wants to send me posts, please do so. Radio for One Studios, P.O. Box 250-268, Franklin, Michigan,
No, you don't have to,
48025. And I almost guarantee you I will read it on air. I mean, if you want like a guarantee that something gets read on air, send me
Yeah.
a post.
Even if they write something horrible on the back?
The Beeve writes in, hung one, under tall one, and Vaseline breath boy. I was listening to Psalm 828, and you mentioned the pussification of the country. My grandmother emigrated from the Netherlands, not to be confused with our fine city of Holland.
Or the nether regions.
And she lived through occupied World War II, and one of her favorite expressions was, what this country needs is a good war to make you appreciate things.
Yeah.
I always found it amusing when she'd say that, but the older I get, the more I realize how correct she was. Too many pussies complaining about shit that doesn't matter. Snowflakes, helicopter parents, and bleeding hearts are destroying this country.
Yeah.
Thin the herd. Keep up a great show, boys. The Beeve. Thank you, Beaver.
I agree totally with that. The fact that story we just did a minute ago about the white women in the burrito shop tells you all you need to know about where this country is
That
right
is
now.
so grim.
Yeah. I mean, that is to not be able to see what these women are doing and get behind something like that.
To have the time and energy to knock something like that down, instead of like trying to survive through a war and do what you need to do as a country to move forward.
Yeah, rely on your neighbors and your family to really get you through those times.
We need a good war.
We probably do. I just don't understand these warriors that have the time to just fucking totally disrupt someone's existence. Like, they're not bothering you. The women in fucking Puerto Nuevo don't even know this is going on. And it's hardly a stolen idea anyways.
A burrito sold in the U.S. by these ladies doesn't affect the bottom line of Puerto Nuevo's women.
That's right. Burritos aren't even Mexican. They were made in Los Angeles.
Haters gonna hate it.
That's right. You can have the fucking tortilla, but without all the delicious filling, it doesn't matter anyways.
I would agree with that. Old Balls writes in. Hemophiliac.
Yes.
King, Squire, and fat dude that looks like Chaz Bono. We're talking rotund transvestite Bigley, Mr. Jigglesworth, round mound from Motown. But I digress. He digresses, he said. Gentlemen, I too have hemophilia. The hemophilia. I don't recall any rendezvous.
That's the funniest thing I've heard all week. Did you hear about this guy that's got hemophilia, E?
What?
Fucking hilarious. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. No!
Man, that would suck. I'm glad it's him.
I didn't get it until I heard that.
I don't recall any rendezvous with the non-living, but I may sleepwalk. Also, I am currently on jury duty, and just being in the courtroom makes me feel like I have a huge Johnson and oh so smug. Finally, just letting you know that I was mistaken when I messaged Big E the other day that my sister was still dead. It turns out that she is still kicking. Oh, hold on. My wife just informed me that she is, in fact, still dead. Carry on, old balls.
Old balls.
Carry on, old balls.
Old balls, hemophiliac with a dead sister. Boy, oh boy. It's a rough go, isn't it, gentlemen? Thankful for what you have.
It could be worse.
That's right.
Could be worse. NFL Bob writes in.
Oh, is he about the Guns N' Roses show?
No, but
in the suite?
I hope he will. Let's see. 2-inch from the toilet water, 20-inch from the toilet water, and what's a toilet? During Dithoram 828, you guys familiar with the term Dithoram?
Dithoram. I can't say I am. Are you?
Yeah. It's a wild choral hymn of ancient Greece.
Sure.
You know?
Could forget that. Dithoram.
During the wild choral hymn of ancient Greece 828, in your CNN/MSNBC type hyper critique of Donald Trump, you pointed out how Melania Trump was seen rejecting Donald's hand when exiting Air Force One or entering a room twice.
Slapped it.
You recall that discussion?
Oh, I do.
This is interesting, and I don't know if this is, what the right is pushing now, but I find this plausible. NFL Bob says...
Do you know what the update, by the way?
No.
She was holding his hand in front of the Pope in Rome yesterday.
Oh, interesting.
For what that's worth.
I believe, says NFL Bob, Donald keeps forgetting the presidential protocol that when entering a room or exiting Air Force One, the president enters alone, followed by his entourage, whether his wife is with him or not. Melania, by pushing away the hand, is reminding him by refusing to hold his hand during these entrances that require the protocol. Buying all kinds of shit on the Amazon link. Good day, and I said good day, NFL Bob. P.S. I hit the send, meaning whatever. Yeah. Is that plausible?
Yeah. Sure it is.
Yeah.
Especially that he could not
Fuck
remember
up protocol.
Yeah. I
he
mean,
wouldn't know the protocol to start with, and then he wouldn't remember it because he's just,
dude, honestly, if you wanted to get protocol, like the people that walk in front of him should just have yellow sticky notes on their back. You know what I mean? Like, don't forget to salute at, this, acknowledge this guy to your right.
It seems as believable as anything, that we have no evidence that there's been some sort of affair or something like that would upset her.
Could you imagine?
Do you think he called Barron a tard or something? Oof. You will not call our son a tard.
But he is. He's a loser. He's never going to be 100%. Something's wrong with his noggin. He doesn't smile.
He can't look you in the eye.
When was that? Blink. Blink, you loser. You're a loser. He's retarded. Wrong. Donald, it must be you. My sperm is the best. It's the best sperm. I only spit out brilliant business minds.
Can't you see him pointing to those other kids? See?
Look.
Yeah.
I know Eric looks weird, but that's from his mom. My sperm is perfect. It's the best. I had it studied. It's the best. It's the gold standard for sperm. Everyone knows it.
Get a doctor's note to say that. He has the best sperm. I've never seen better sperm.
It's the gold standard for sperm. Signed his doctor.
Jason writes in, I'm currently reviewing Psalm 826, and the peanut butter grievance came up. My grievance is with the types of peanut butter that we're dealing with. Try Velvet. It's the best, and it's from Detroit. Velvet. Somebody else mentioned Velvet the other day.
Yeah,
Charlie? Chuck?
Charlie did, yeah. You asked him what his favorite peanut butter
And he went
was,
Velvet.
which is a fair question. I think you should put that in your repertoire and ask every guest what their favorite peanut butter is.
And he
I'd
went
like to
Velvet.
know.
He went Velvet.
He went Velvet, and I think because of the local aspect, I always see that in the store, and there's something about the logo that just
Isn't it like three guys on it or something?
I think it's the one with stripes, like rainbow-colored stripes or something. Pull up Velvet.
Yeah,
peanut
there's
butter.
definitely different colors to it.
Yeah.
I thought there was like three faces, and then the word velvet is kind of comes down or
Maybe.
something.
And honestly, I don't mean to nitpick, dude, but I'm not crazy about the yellow their lid is.
Now
I know it doesn't seem like a big thing, but when I'm staring at a Jif creamy,
You got that red top. It's just looking bold.
yeah.
Now I got you.
Your Lake Orion neighbor, Jason. Oh, thank you for writing in from the
There you
land
go. You
where
pull that
living
over.
is a vacation. Jesus.
It's
Why are you saving it? Just pull
I'm
it
not
over,
saving
man.
Anything. The computer's fucking slow sometimes.
Yeah, there's the three guys, sort of the circus.
We were all right. Settle down. Poops.
Yeah, you remembered the rainbow. I remember the three guys.
Yep.
And the yellow top you remembered.
See how unappealing that yellow top
And look
is?
at the troubling dimples at the bottom.
Yeah. Oh, you're never getting in there. Forget it.
I know.
You're never getting in there to get all that peanut butter.
I've been told by others there's a couple reasons for that. It strengthens the plastic, I guess, if you have the ridges and the
Whatever.
dimples. And then someone else tweeted at me, it's
Fine.
not just marketing. It's not just to make the jar look appealing on the shelf.
Yeah.
But also there was a big story about them putting a big bevel at the bottom. So you look at the jar,
Hate
it looks
that.
like it's 18 ounces. Really, it's 16.2.
Yeah.
Because they beveled the shit
Yep.
out of it.
But-
Sons of bitches!
I know it's brutal, dude. I have another story in here we never got to. There's a class action suit that's been filed against Hershey's.
Candy, yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
dude, that's bullshit. And
yeah,
it's-
you're showing me a picture of Whoppers.
Yeah.
The thing is cut in half.
The box is.
And literally, the thing's just come to the halfway mark.
Yeah.
The candy.
Mhm.
It really
dude,
is bullshit,
I-
dude.
oh, those
Chips.
I was going to say potato chips,
Fucking
dude.
chips.
It's literally a quarter of the bag.
Chips, they say they do that on purpose because it gives them room to package in the air, and then the chips won't break as easy if they're on top of each other or something. That's the excuse they give for that move.
My boys huff that air. They fight
they?
over huffing the potato chip air.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
They'll,
that.
like, open it up. Part of me wants to object, and part of me wants to laugh. Part of me wants to join in. I don't know what to do in
I'm
that
on the
instance.
fence with join in and laugh.
Yeah.
for sure.
Join
now
in
I
while
want to try
laughing.
it.
Try not to laugh while you're joining in, though, because that just happens once. You got to huff it.
I don't know what that
hold it.
I don't know what that would taste like.
Hold it.
Yeah, that is bullshit. The beveled bottle, you'd see it with Pop a lot, and the candy lawsuit. Yeah.
Hey, one last piece of information. I know we're going long here, but Noel, our buddy from The Worst Of, wants to tell us about a rock show. You asked for him, any information on upcoming shows. Hey, guys, just want to drop a line for our next show, likely the last show in the area for a while. The Worst Of, with Come Out Fighting and Mammon, Thursday, June 1st. So that's next Thursday at the Old Miami in Detroit. Music starts at 10 and it's only $5. Just call off work on Friday. It's for rock and fucking roll.
Hell yeah.
Also, you can find our music at theworstof.bandcamp.com or on our stupid Facebook page. Party on. Thanks as always, Noel.
Yeah, cool guy. Met him out at E's gig at Ridley's.
Named after a Christmas song, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Mike, we'll save the rest for next week.
Yes.
We're going to enjoy a long weekend.
We all are, yeah. I hope you guys have fun. E, do you have any shows going on or anything? You doing anything special?
For the weekend?
Yeah.
I'm going to Movement, I guess, the Electric Techno Festival.
Anybody
Nice.
going to the Grand Prix?
That's next week.
Oh, yeah. Monday, right?
No, like next week.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're right. It's the 10th.
We'll fix
or
that
the
in
3rd
post.
and 4th.
Sure.
I looked stupid there. Fix that in post.
Fix it. My smugness won't allow me to look stupid. Fix.
It'll be on the YouTube
now.
feed no matter what, so people will know.
Wrong. Fix it.
I'll isolate that 5 minutes and.
The contract says I'm not supposed to look stupid. Fix it.
All right.
Bye-bye.
It'll get fixed. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll be back next week, and we'll do it again then. We'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.